Alright, today we are going to look into more in detail about what is electric potential. Now, looking at this example, we first look at a pipe A. And this is the level of water in pipe A. And there is a vessel B, and this is the level of water in this vessel B. And both of them are connected by a tap or a stopcock. Now, when we open this stopcock, we will find that water from level A, from A, flows to the vessel B. Since the level at A is at a higher level and the level of water in B is at a lower level, the water is flowing in this direction from the higher level to the lower level. Alright, we say that the water at A is at a higher potential and the water level at B is at a lower potential. That is why the water is flowing from higher potential to lower potential. So similarly, if there is a conductor, right, which is positively charged, it is connected to another conductor which is negatively charged. We have already seen that a positively charged conductor, we consider it positive charge to be at higher potential and the negatively charged conductor to be at a lower potential. And both, if they are connected by means of a wire, you will find that the charge will flow from a higher potential to a lower potential. So it is this electric potential that determines the direction of flow of charge. Now, the earth is considered to be at zero potential. Now, if this positively charged conductor is connected to the earth, we will find that the charges will move from a higher potential to a lower potential until the charge here also becomes at a zero potential. Similarly, when the negatively charged conductor is connected to the earth, we will find that the charges will always flow from the higher potential to the lower potential. Now, how do we create this electric potential? Now, this electric potential we can create by when we take an electric charge, it moves in a conductor. Say this conductor is a wire. When any electric charge moves through a conductor, an electric field is set up. Now this electric field interacts with this moving charge, all right, and some kind of work has to be done in trying to move it further in the forward direction. So this work which is done, all right, we call it as the electric potential. The definition is given here in the textbook, that the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from infinity to a certain point in an electric field is called as the electric potential at that point. Now the unit of electric potential, we call it as 1 volt. Alright, the same unit is 1 volt. And the definition of volt again is given here in your book. When 1 coulomb of electric charge, alright, 1 coulomb of electric charge means there are 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. This many is brought from infinity, alright, to a point in an electric field such that the work done is 1 joule, right? Then the electric potential is said to be 1 volt. That is the definition of volt, which is the unit of electric potential. Now when we look at potential difference is just nothing but if there are 2 points in the conductor which is placed in a conductor and a unit positive charge, say Q. Alright, now this charge, the amount of work done to move this charge from one point to the other, this is called as the potential difference. Now if there are Q, alright, units of charge needed to be moved and W is the work done, V is the potential difference, then we say that the work done in moving Q units of charge is W. That is the work done to move the total number of units, that is Q, and the work done to move this unit charge, only 1 unit, that will be W divided by Q. This work done in moving 1 unit of positive charge, that is 1 unit of charge, we call it as the potential difference, that is V is equal to W by Q. This is an important relation. And when to find the unit of potential difference again, W, the unit is 1 joule, is in joules. The unit of Q is in coulomb. This joule by coulomb is 1 volt. We come to finally the electric current. We know that when there is a body which is kept at a higher potential and it is connected to a body which is at lower potential, right, then the charge which will flow from a higher potential to the lower potential. And suppose this is the time interval t and Q is the amount of charges, then this electric current is nothing but the rate of flow of charge. Alright, that is the rate of flow of charge, that is Q, the total amount, divided by the time interval, that is t. So this is we come to the definition of electric current, that is, it is the rate of flow of charge from a body at a higher potential to a body at lower potential. Now the unit of electric current is ampere. That is, if a charge of 1 coulomb is flowing in 1 second, then we say that the current flowing is 1 ampere. Again, I am repeating that this electric current is the rate of flow of charge. Now there are also smaller units, that is milliamperes and microamperes, that we can see from the textbook. Now electric current is measured by a device which is known as ammeter. Now how does this electric current exactly flows in a wire? We know that in a wire which is made up of metal, you have done about the structure of the atom, where you have seen the center has got positively charged and nucleus, and the electrons, they flow on the actually they are moving on the different orbits. Now the electron, usually on the valence electrons, that is the electrons at the outermost shell, are not very loosely held towards the positive nucleus, or they are very free to move. So they move in all the directions, and when there is no potential difference applied, this is what happens. They move in all the directions and they collide with even the positive charges that flows. Right? When there is no charge, however, when we allow electric current to pass through by means of a battery, we maintain a potential difference. The charges will flow from the positive side to the negative side. These electrons will now, alright, they will start aligning themselves, alright, that is, they will start drifting, what we call drift, in one particular direction. They will start moving. Actually, the electrons are actually moving from this negative end to the positive end. Though we say the conventional current is from positive to negative, but when these electrons, they start moving, they even collide with the positive charges. So this because of this collision, the speed decreases, and speed is not very fast, and they are actually drifting. So this is how the electric current flows.